In Awakened Imagination, Neville talks a lot about sin. What is sin?
This is one of those words that is defined in so many different ways, but in the original translation, the word to sin goes back to essentially target practicing with the bow and arrow. And an arrow that missed the mark, that missed the target or missed the bullseye, was called a sinner. And if you were the archer and you shot an arrow that missed the mark, then you would say that you had sinned. It was used in archery competition, and it was just a general term for missing the mark. But we understand if we say we're headed in the wrong direction, we're off course or we're off track. And if we think of the commercial airline pilots, which the airplane itself is all computerized, it's constantly correcting course. Every second it's adjusting slightly for wind or for any other slight variation in the settings of the directional equipment that's on board. It's constantly changing direction because it has a destination in sight. It has a destination programmed into it. And we have that same kind of capability in our lives, is to program a destination, to make decisions about where we're going, what direction we're headed. And most of the time, we're not headed exactly in the right direction. And if we were to apply that same verbiage that the ancient archers used to use, most of the time we're sinning. We're not exactly aiming at the target. And that's okay. That's part of the journey, is to make course corrections. You can make course corrections, and when you realize you're off course, you can always turn around, or you can take another path and get back on course. This journey that we're on, from where we are now to where we want to be here in the future, isn't a straight path. And because of a lot of reasons, you might head more in this direction, but as long as you're generally going toward your goal, your destination is going to be the same. There are many, many ways to get from point A to point B. Most of the time, regardless of the path you take, you're not going to be headed in exactly the right direction. But as long as you realize that and you make those corrections to your course, adjustments, don't even call them corrections, because corrections imply that you're somehow wrong. And the word sinner definitely has the implication of being wrong. It just means you need to re-aim a little bit. You need to do a little course correction. Listen to the voice on your phone saying, at the next stoplight, turn right. That's all it is, the course correction. It's the way to stay on course, is by adjusting the course on a continuous basis, by the choices you make every day.
Love that, Dan. And I love the talk about the arrow, and just, also talking about listening to your phone when you're driving and where to go. And it's all about course correction.
It's all about correcting or making adjustments in your course. And I think that the airline pilots talk about adjusting their course rather than correcting their course, because of the implication that somehow you were incorrect or it was a wrong answer that you gave. So it's just an adjustment. It's just redirecting.
Join Dan Matthews in his Awaken Imagination program. Click the link in the description to join now. In Dan's program, you will discover the power of your imagination, and you will learn how to use it to create the life that you love. Dan Matthews' Awaken Imagination program will give you the answers that you're looking for. Don't wait to live the life that you've always wanted. If you don't have what you want now, you just don't understand. And once you understand, everything is going to change. Dan has the answers that you're looking for. Step forward and start living the life that you've always wanted. Join Dan Matthews in his Awaken Imagination program. Click the link in the description, join Dan's program, and get started now.
Thanks for being with us today. My goal is to give you value with every lesson. If you would like us to notify you every time a new lesson is ready, click subscribe below, then turn on notifications. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks.